We're joined on the phone today by the one and only Eddie Money. In addition to all the top 10 hits he's had over the years, he now has a new TV show on AXS TV. It's called Real Money. Eddie, how you doing, man? Good to be speaking with you.
Justin, how you doing, buddy? You're up there in Mikado. You got a lot of buddies. You're up there near the university, huh?
Yeah, we actually spoke a couple of years ago when you played here in Mankato.
Yeah, I love you. I got those gorgeous little Minnesota college girls up there. How about that, huh? I love, I sell a lot of, for some reason, I sell an awful lot of records in Minnesota. It's one of my, Minnesota, up like northern Michigan, Minnesota, Wisconsin, North Dakota. I just sell a lot of records in that neck of the woods for some reason, and I really do appreciate it too. That's really great. Now, Austin, you're up there in Austin too, right?
Yep. We're covering the whole globe here. Eddie Money fans as far as the eye can see.
Right on, huh? I'm digging that too. Minnesota. Okay, great. So did you like the new Rosanna Barr show that came on a couple of days ago? Doesn't that take place in Minnesota or what?
I think that's maybe around Chicago or that area, pretty close by.
Okay, great. Well, anyway, have you seen any of this crazy new TV show we're doing?
Yeah, I do want to talk about that. Real Money on AXS TV. I mean, you've done just about everything you can think of in your career, and now you got the TV show.
Well, you know what? They don't even put CD players in cars. And I'm thinking to myself, what happens if I have a heart attack like Tom Petty or Prince, and I just I'm going to stick my wife with these 5 dysfunctional kids? Well, my son, Dez, he doesn't got a voice like mine, but he's very talented. He's a great songwriter, and my kid, Julian, is actually, he plays great drums. He doesn't play great drums for me. I mean, I'm always, my wife says to me, quit picking on the kids. What are you, Joe Jackson? But he plays really good drums for Des Money and the Phase, and Jessica's singing, and I thought that being on TV would help the kids out, and my wife looks amazing, which is amazing. I look at myself on TV, and I look like this, this old fat, burnt-out rock star with 2 chins. I'm going, God, what happened to me? But I thought the Dan Rather interview came out good. Talking to Dan Rather was, what a great, intelligent man he was. He was in, Vietnam, and, God, the guy was old as, he really looks good for his age. But it's been a lot of fun with these people from AXS. Now, AXS is actually owned by that guy, Mark Cuban. He owns the Dallas Mavericks, and he's got that TV show on TV, Shark Tank, or whatever the hell it is. But
sure.
He took me and my wife out to lunch, and he was a really nice guy, and he said, how would you like to do a TV show? He said to me, it would really probably help your kids out. And I said, they probably would help us. So we wound up doing the TV show. I hope everybody likes it. I apologize about my language. Sometimes I was really stressed out with the kids, and you could have washed like my mother said, I should have washed your mouth out with soap. But actually, all in all, it's a pretty clean show. I think people are going to kick out of it.
Well, yeah, Eddie, with you and your wife, the 5 kids, all the pets you have, I imagine adding a camera crew to the mix probably made things a little nuts for you.
Well, to tell you the truth, it was crazy because I bought my daughter a new car, a Jeep Cherokee, because she was on her best behavior that month. And I bought her the car, and I was on the road, and she put the car in reverse rather than in drive and smashed into a wall. And then they said, this would be great TV. Don't tell Eddie about it. And I came home, and they had the mics on everybody, and they put the mic on me, and they went into the driveway. And there was the car that I just bought my daughter. And I felt like I'm not like Billy Joel. When I bought her that car, I bought her with my money. It was my money I spent on that car, and for her car, and to wreck the car, and I went nuclear, and the cameras were rolling, and they thought it would make really great TV, but I was very upset about the whole thing. And then they had this one episode where I didn't want to ride. I hate riding horses. I hate horseback riding. And they took us out, and they took it to a stable, and they gave me this really big horse. And the horse didn't like me at all. I tried to feed him an apple. I thought he was going to take my entire hand off. And he was like jumping up and down inside the stable. I was going bananas. I said, "You're not putting me on this horse." And then there was this one scene where the camera was on us, and I said, why are you so depressed? And I said to the horse, why the long face? And I thought, I thought it was good TV, you know?
Well, was it tough at all to go back and watch yourself in, situations maybe you wouldn't normally let the fans see in?
Well, I tell you the truth, there's this one episode where my daughter's horse, I said, keep that horse away from my horse, because my daughter's horse didn't like my horse, and my daughter's horse came over and kicked my horse, and before you know it, the horses, I felt like I was in a rodeo or something. I thought I was going to have a heart attack. They got this stupid cowboy hat on me, and my wife, she was a kid. I guess her father had more money than my father had, because she had a horse when she was a kid, and my wife, she's really so good at riding horseback, and me, I'm like Billy the Kid with one leg. I couldn't stand any of it, but I guess it was good television. I guess I don't really know what to do. All I want to do is, if I can help my kid's career out, that's what it's all about. I got Julian on drums, and Desmond got his own band, and my daughter's singing with them. And just as an American father, I want to do what I can for the kid. I would love that. I don't think I'm ever going to have I talked to my wife about it. I don't think I'm ever going to have the empty nest. I don't know what happened. I've got so many parents that I know with their kids in their 20s, and they all moved back home. How come they all moved back? The empty nest, that's never going to happen. I don't know what am I going to be, 80 years old, and my daughter's going to be blaming me for her problems? Well, I'm driving her to therapy? What has my life become? I can't believe it.
Well, on the plus side, at least you could at least have another couple seasons of real money out of that.
Well, you know what? I do like getting on TV, and I'm very happy I'm making a new record. But the thing is, I got this so-called brand new day, and my timing is impeccably bad, because now I got the TV show out. I'm doing 27 interviews a day. I'm getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning, and they gave me like 2 15-minute breaks. And then my son is going crazy up there because a bird flew in his room, and I got to deal with that stuff. And my wife says to me, "Why don't we ever go bike riding?" And I'm going, guys, I feel like that movie Scanner, where my head's going to explode. But you know what? It is what it is. I got my sobriety, and I don't have cancer. I like going out there singing. People really like it when I sing "Baby All On" and "Two Tickets" and "Take Me Home Tonight" and "Think I'm in Love." And you know what? I have a lot of fun. Singing it. I can't help it.
Yeah, and I imagine as a father, it must be a wonderful experience to share the stage with your kids.
Well, to tell you the truth, I take it too personal. Like, we do a song called "I Want to Be a Rock and Roll Star" in the set, and my son Julian, he's got the kick in the wrong place on the verse. In other words, it's supposed to be at one end. To make a long story short, does he turn around and try to learn it right to make his old dad happy? No, he could give a rat's ass. He really. But he plays my other son's material. It's fantastic. We have this song called "Give Me Some Water," which was one of my big hits.
Sure.
And I got to beg the kid to look at it on YouTube, to play it correctly. And then when I get really mad at the kids, my wife says to me, "Well, quit picking on the kids. What are you, Joe Jackson?" It's a crazy household, but I got to tell you, it's kind of like life of Betty Ford. It's the Eddie Money Show. Come on down, and And my wife says to me, "Don't call the kids dysfunctional." I say, number one, if nobody's taking out the garbage, it's dysfunctional. If they don't turn the dishwasher on, it's dysfunctional. If I can't get out of the driveway, it's dysfunctional. If they leave all the lights on before they go to bed, it's dysfunctional, okay? I'm not saying they're going to rip off houses and they're, I'm saying, I think all the kids today, any kids who had kids, they're stupid. They get away with crap we never got away with. And I can't stand it. I'd kill them all for what? I'd kill them all and fire them all if they didn't have their own TV show. I'll tell you that right now.
Well, again, Eddie, the new TV show Real Money on AXS TV is out, and I'm looking forward to the show and the new music. And thank you so much for joining me today, man.
Well, you know what? It was a great interview, and I got to tell you, you've been a lot of fun on being on the radio with, and tell everybody I don't mean to complain so much, but I've done too many interviews today. I apologize.
That's all right. I appreciate it again. Thank you so much.
All right, have a great weekend, huh, buddy?
All right, you too. Thank you. Bye-bye. And again, that was the one and only Eddie Money. You can see him and his family on his new TV show, Real Money, on AXS TV, and that is going on now.